How's it going, everyone? Today's Tech Talk Tuesday. We've got a bit of a story for you. As you can tell, we've got the hood on the Neon up, and we ran into some problems last week, and that's where our topic comes in today. So last week during that heat wave that we had here in California, I was out driving around in the SRT4. We saw some of my videos from the weekend, and it was 106 degrees out. I drove the car for about an hour, and on my way home, about 5 miles from the house, luckily I was close, it just started acting so weird. There was no power, it was sputtering when you gave it any kind of throttle input, it wouldn't make any boost, and the O2 sensor for the wideband was just bouncing all over the place, and the car was just acting insanely bizarre. And the check engine light wasn't coming on, but it wasn't running right at all. So I limped the car over to a parking lot nearby, got it parked, had the wife come pick me up, and with it being 106 degrees out, I wasn't about to start diagnosing anything right there. And so we came home, rested for a few hours, let the temperatures come down, went back, took my scan tool and stuff. No codes were thrown on the computer. Super weird. Started the car, started right up, drove it home, no problems. It drove like nothing had ever happened. So unfortunately, that lends me to believe it's probably an intermittent electrical issue that shows itself when it gets super hot. So those, of course, are a real pain. I hate dealing with electrical issues as it is, and this just makes it even more complicated. So I was talking to one of my SRT4 buddies, and he suggested replacing the coil pack. I know that's a part that has a tendency to go bad, and he said it sounds like it could be somewhere related to that, and that's one of the parts that apparently, from what he said, could be a problem and not throw a code on the computer. So I've got a new coil pack on order. When that gets here, I'll go ahead and swap that out, see if that helps anything. But also I figured while I've got the time, I start taking some things apart, start looking at some sensors and seeing if there's anything I can notice that's obviously wrong. One of the sensors I pulled out of the cold pipe from my turbo side was covered in oil. Makes sense. I don't have a catch can on there. I should probably go ahead and get a catch can on there. And so I'm gonna order one of those new sensors, see if that helps as well. But I don't think that was the cause of my problem. I'm more inclined to think it was the coil pack, but we'll see how that goes. But that's all nice long tangent into what today's topic is, which is really dealing with the silicone couplers and radiator hoses and things of that nature, and making it a lot easier to install them. Because if any of you out there have known that have tried to install these silicone parts, it can be a real pain. They don't want to slide onto the parts that they slide onto, and it just is a lot of effort and a lot of work. Well, there's a solution out there that makes things a lot easier. So like on my intercooler pipe here that goes to the intake manifold, it's got a silicone reducer. It's got another one here that's on the intercooler right now. And a great trick to make these go on real easy is actually good old-fashioned Armor All. It's one of those products that I've got hanging around that I don't use for as intended because I don't like what it does to the interior. But for actually installing your silicone couplers and hoses, it works amazingly well. You just spray a little bit inside, get a nice even layer going, and it just slides right into place. Works like a charm. I highly recommend, if you're fighting with silicone couplers and hoses and things like that, get some Armor All. Just doesn't take a whole lot, just put a little bit on there. Make your life a whole lot easier. So I hope you enjoyed my little my tangent of a story leading up to today's Tech Talk Tuesday. And I hope you found this information useful and helpful as always. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this car back up, put things back together. You enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, like today's video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, hit that like button. And don't forget, if you want to be kept up to date of all my future uploads, go ahead and smash the subscribe button down below as well. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so that way YouTube notifies you of all of my updates in the future, and also goes in their algorithm so that way YouTube shares these videos with other individuals out there as well. And I will see you the next video.